In this video, I'm going to show you how you can store, send, receive and swap your tokens on the Solana blockchain with the Phantom wallet. For more information, please check out everybithelps.co.uk and I'll pop a timeline in the summary below so you can just jump to specific parts of the tutorial. But first up, a little bit about the Phantom wallet and Solana, just in case you're new. The Phantom wallet is the non-custodial wallet for Solana, the highly scalable and what they claim to be the fastest blockchain in the world, which is known for offering a vast array of DeFi solutions and for its successful Sol token. The wallet is remarkably similar to the Web3 wallet alternative MetaMask, and it's currently available as a browser extension which is free to download for Chrome, Firefox, Edge and Brave. With the Phantom wallet, you can manage your crypto and NFTs, stake, token swap and access DeFi applications on the Solana blockchain, with an Ethereum beta coming soon, making it a real challenger to MetaMask. It's a non-custodial Web3 wallet where the user holds the private keys. Plus you can also integrate with Ledger hardware wallets. The first place that you're going to need to start is Phantom.app, where you can currently download the browser extension. However, there is also a mobile app which is in development, therefore depending on when you're watching this, that may also be available. So let's go ahead and download the browser extension. And today I'm using Chrome, so I'll choose to add to Chrome. And it will take me to the Chrome Web Store, where I can then add the extension. And just make sure that you're always downloading the correct and the official one from here by checking the star reviews and the number of active users. So once you're happy, you can then add Phantom. Then you'll have the option to create a new wallet or use a secret recovery, which will essentially restore an existing wallet. However, today I'm just going to be creating a new wallet. You're then prompted to write down your secret recovery phrase, which is a collection of 12 words. These words are what would be required if you needed to restore your wallet, and are therefore a really important part of creating a wallet. If you lose these, there's no way to recover your wallet. Plus, if someone gets hold of these words, they're going to have access to your crypto, so it's really important that you write these down correctly in the correct order and you store them somewhere really safe and away from any potential harm. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and create a unique password for your account. And it will show you a keyboard shortcut hint to help you to quickly open Phantom. Plus it'll also show you some links to their Twitter and to their Discord group. However, just be aware that Phantom have recently discontinued their Discord and it's no longer available. And this is due to multiple scams, so you will need to head across to their help centre. Or you can go across to their Twitter so that if there are any scams, you're aware of them straight away. If you want to add the extension, go to the puzzle icon in the top right. And here you can pin it to your toolbar. Now this may look a little different depending on the browser that you're using. So now that that's pinned, I can then see the phantom or the ghost icon that's appearing in my toolbar. If I just click onto that, the wallet will then open. And if you're used to using MetaMask, you'll see that they're very similar. At the top of the wallet, you've got your wallet address that you can copy to your clipboard for when you're receiving crypto into your wallet. You then got your receive button where you can send from a wallet or from an exchange, or you can also deposit from FTX US. And another way that you can deposit Sol is by using the button in the center of the screen. You can also manage your token list, and you can add the tokens that you want to view in your wallet. However, if the token that you want isn't available, you can check out Solana Beach, where you can search for your token, copy the contract address and paste that into your Phantom wallet as a custom token. There's a section here for your collectibles or for your NFTs, which will show you the different thumbnails of your NFTs, which is a nice feature to have if you have them. Then there's an inbuilt DEX that you can use for swapping from one token to another. You have your recent activity, which will show you basically a list of your transactions. You can change some wallet settings, such as the name. There's also an address book in here, and you can view your trusted apps. You can then change your password, plus there's an auto lock timer, where I can change this to 10 for example, and your wallet will then automatically lock for you, and you'll need to enter your password to get back in. You can then change the network in here too, so when Phantom integrates with other networks such as Ethereum, you'll be able to change from the Solana mainnet to Ethereum for example. Then there's an option here again to export your private keys, show your secret recovery phrase or restore it. If we click onto the burger icon in the top left, you can also add and connect a wallet, contact support, or lock your wallet manually. Let's go ahead and add or connect a wallet. Here you can create multiple addresses, and this can be really handy for keeping reserves of SOL for your trading fees, for example, or you could use separate addresses for staking, another one for NFTs or swapping, or just for connecting to DApps. There's a section in here to import your private keys too. So as you saw at the very beginning when I copied the secret recovery phrase, if you wanted to, you can then import them into here by pasting them in. But what I'll do next is show you how to connect my Ledger hardware wallet. Now at the moment this is only available with Ledger and not Trezor, as they don't yet support Solana. If you don't already have a Ledger device, I'll put my link in the summary below. And sometimes they do have promotions running, so you can always check out my website everybithelps.co.uk for the latest offers. And when we try and connect, the first thing it'll tell you to do is open the Solana app on your Ledger. If you don't already have that installed as an app on your Ledger, I'll quickly show you how to do that now. So if I just head across to Ledger Live, click onto Manager, and allow Ledger Manager. Under the app catalogue, if I start to type in SOL into the search field here, it'll then appear in the list, and I can click on to install. Now I'm showing you on my Ledger Nano X today, but if you have a Ledger S, it will also work, but you might just need to remove some apps first to allow space for the Solana app. But don't worry, as if you uninstall these, it doesn't actually delete the crypto, just the apps that are appearing on the device. But seeing as I have the Ledger X, I've got plenty of room to download this. And you'll now see that the Solana app has been installed. So let's go back across to the Phantom wallet and get my Ledger connected. So I need to go back to that burger icon, add a wallet, and connect to hardware wallet. And it's now found my Ledger Nano X. And you'll also need to make sure that the Ledger is obviously connected and unlocked, and then you can continue. Then you can select a wallet address and add an account. As you can see at the top of my wallet, now it says Ledger 1, and I've got a new wallet address, so it's connected. However, one thing that I'd like to mention is that I did actually have some issues when connecting, but I didn't want to show you all that because I didn't want to overcomplicate it. After speaking with Phantom, this isn't an actual issue with the wallet itself, it's the way that Ledger works with Solana. So a few tips that I'd recommend is making sure that your Ledger isn't connected to MetaMask or TerraStation wallets or anything like that. So make sure you close all your apps that may be using your Ledger. Also, within the Solana app on your Ledger, go to the settings and allow blind sign and set it to yes. So let's take a look at how to get some funds into this wallet next. If I want to send Solana to this address, I can copy my address to the clipboard at the top of the screen, or I can go to the bottom where it says deposit to get your address. And the first way that I'm going to show you is sending from FTX to Phantom. So if I head across to the FTX exchange. Now if you don't already have an FTX account, then I've got a discount in the summary below that you can use for signing up. And I've already got some SOL tokens in here that I've purchased, so I'm going to go ahead and send 1 SOL. And I'll need to paste in the address that I've just copied to my clipboard from over on Phantom. Then I've got an authentication key here as a level of 2-factor authentication, and I'm just going to need to connect that, and then I can continue to withdraw. And the great thing about FTX is that you get free withdrawals when you stake their FTT token. Now, one thing to mention here is that if you are nervous about sending tokens across from anywhere, it's worth sending a smaller amount first, just in case you make mistakes. And this is just rather than sending your full balance across. And next, I'll show you how to send from Binance to Phantom. And again, if you don't already have a Binance account, I've got a referral link in the summary below. And I've got a small amount of SOL in my wallet here, which I'll show you how to withdraw. So we'll go ahead and click on to withdraw from our spot wallet. Then paste in the address that we copied from our clipboard again. And you'll see that the network is automatically detected as being SOL. And it's going to cost roughly $1.54 to send. And I'll say that I'm going to send across all of my SOL by clicking onto Max. So now that we actually have some Solana tokens showing up under our balance, If you click onto the lightning symbol, you'll see the most recent activity. Then if you want to send your tokens across to another wallet or back to an exchange for trading, just click onto Send. Then click onto the token that you'd like to send, and obviously I've got this Solana in here. If you then go to the likes of FTX or across to Binance or wherever you want to send your funds to, you'll obviously need to make sure that you're sending to a Solana address and that the exchange actually supports the Solana network. And from here, you'll want to copy your deposit address. Then if you go back to Phantom and paste that into the recipient address field, then you can put in the amount that you'd like to send across. And you can click between the price showing up in either USD or Solana, and then click on to Next. And in here it will show you how much you're sending, the address and the fee, which obviously you can see is minimal. So obviously for any transactions that are on the Solana network, you'll need to pay transaction costs or gas fees, which in this case is going to be paid in Sol. This is similar how you need to pay ETH for transactions on the Ethereum network or BNB for the Binance Smart Chain. Then you can go ahead and click Send. And if this is also connected to your ledger, you're going to need to go ahead and authorize that transaction. The next thing I'll do is show you their inbuilt DEX, where you can swap your tokens. Now at the moment you have the choice of USDC, USDT, Serum or Radium. So I'm going to go ahead and swap my Solana for Radium, which I'd like to stake later. If you're unsure what Radium is, then I'm going to cover that in a separate tutorial, which I'll link below. I'll then need to go ahead and review that order, where you can see the slippage, which means that basically if there is a large price change, it won't go through. And this is currently set to 1%, but you can edit this. Plus you can see your network fee here, which is only 42 cents. If I swap now, because this is connected to my ledger, I'm also going to need to approve that on my ledger device. And again, once you've got your Radium tokens, you can also receive more, or you can send these tokens like I just showed you. Plus in the same way with Etherscan or BSC Scan, you can view the transaction on the Explorer, where you can view all the transactions for that address. Now one of the main reasons I personally use Solana is for the staking options. However, I'm going to go into that into more depth in a separate tutorial, which again I'll link below. But to stake your Solana, you would click here where it states to start earning Sol. You would choose your validator, and if you'd like to know more information about each validator, you can click onto them. Now the next stage is connecting your Phantom wallet to Solana-based applications, and I'm going to show you an example of connecting with Radium now. So if you go to the top of the screen and launch app, you can then connect. And here you'll have the option to connect to wallets such as Phantom, Solid Web or Ledger. So I'm going to click onto Phantom and then allow the site to connect. Within the wallet, it also allows you to auto-approve transactions. However, this isn't something that I would personally recommend from a security perspective, as a site could potentially drain your funds from your wallet if you're not approving every single transaction. And compared to the likes of Ethereum, the Solana transactions fees are low too, so these different approvals that you're having to go through will be minimal. So in here, what you can do as an example is if I go into the Radium staking section of the site, as I've now got Radium in my wallet that I swapped for earlier, I can go ahead and stake that. I'll click onto Max to stake it all, and again you're going to need some Sol in your wallet to pay for the transaction fees. Oh, and earlier I mentioned within the Phantom wallet, under your settings, that you had a section called Trusted Apps. Well, in here you can now see that Radium is now appearing in the list. And if you want to deactivate this, you can click onto Revoke. But that's how you can use the Phantom wallet on the Solana blockchain. And I hope that you enjoyed this video today, and if you did, then please give me a like, hit the subscribe button, and please do head over to my website at everybithelps.co.uk for more tips, reviews, and step-by-step guides. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.